Jason Decanio Show. Starring your host, Jason Decanio. On the Jason Decanio Show, you get the greatest of music, news, weather, and of course, news of the weird. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the Jason Decanio Show, the greatest listener-supported internet radio station on this great planet we call Earth. And now, the guy that's so cool, they gave him his own radio station, Jason Decanio.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Jason Decanio Show. It's episode 411 on this Sunday night, November 23rd, 2014. And we're so glad that you are with us tonight for a very special edition of our show. Well, friends, as you know, our continuing dramatical saga with the Cyber Stalker continues. And even though yours truly has been quiet for the last 3 weeks, our Cyber Stalker has not, unfortunately. Because for him to keep quiet, well, that would be too easy. That would be too boring. That would be pretty much saying, hey, you know, I want attention, so give it to me. Well, we're going to give it to you, my friend. We're going to give it to you in a nice little truthful update today, so that way you basically will get the message in your brain, because right now we've got you with striking distance, my friend. We are in striking distance of basically taking your computer away, your internet privileges away. And then if for some godforsaken reason that was not enough, then you have to fight without a computer. And if you don't have a computer, you, my friend, are useless, and all you've got is pretty much any videos you made will be shoved down the toilet bowl for evidence, my friend. So I hope and pray that you have some paper copies, some evidence that will be very truthful, God willing, because right now you don't have anything, okay? And when you have nothing and you times it by nothing, it's nothing. So, we're on for an hour today, and we're going to talk to my very special guest, Keith Detweiler, who's been very, very busy. I wouldn't say he was antagonizing old Chucky Boy, but I think he's been giving him the message that his time is getting pretty slim, and that, it's time to fold him up, because we get to the point where right now Charles is only looking for attention. It's getting boring. It really is. And that's why I stopped making videos over 3 weeks ago. Because really, what more is there to say to a man who basically is unstable, incompetent, stupid, really, very, very stupid, thinks he's an expert in everything except life itself, and really, I'm better for it, I surely am, as hell as I know, I'm better for it. When I've moved forward and stopped making videos against him, my life actually changed, I must say that. So, the message here is that I am not going away, and just because I stopped making videos, Mr. Fitch, does not mean that the activities are still going to be there. There's a lot of people who are fighting against you at all different directions. And Mr. Detweiler, we're going to ask him some really good and interesting questions as to what has happened. And let me also tell you this much, too. I can only tell you so much. I don't know a lot. Even stuff from the head person, Joe DeMarco. Even at that, I've been restricted on information for, just for the intents purposes of reasons. And you know what? At this point of the game, what I don't know won't hurt me. You know what I mean? So, my disclaimer tonight is that listeners, please use discretion at your will. There will be a lot of vulgar language tonight, a lot of harsh attacking, and this is only because there's a lot of information, and we're basically making you aware of the situation at hand, okay? We want you to know what's going on. You have a right to know what's going on, and even you, fat boy, you even have a right to know what is going to be said about you tonight. Now, I know for intents purposes that what I say tonight could be used against me in a court of law. I know that for a fact. I'm willing to put that on the line. I've been putting a lot of stuff on the line for the past 2.5 years, okay, as a radio personality, on YouTuber, and everything in the book, okay? That's fine. That I totally am consenting to that, well, wholeheartedly. But I come out of this with the truth, 100% hands down, and from this point on, we haven't lied about anything, okay? We have ruffled his feathers a little bit, but what he's done to us, it's done right back to him, okay? So think of it this way, friends. We're fighting a battle every day of our lives right now, and as long as Mr. Fitch is on that computer and has a keyboard in front of his face, in his hands, he's going to type up some very, very inappropriate material. We aim to put a stop to that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk to Keith Detweiler.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, bro? What's going on?
Hey, there he is.
Yep.
The famous Jason Decanio.
That's right. In the flesh, man. And welcome to this edition of the Jason Decanio Show, episode 411. It's good to have you here, Keith.
Yeah, it's a long time no hear.
Well,
I hear you've been busy with your new career. Congratulations on that.
Oh, yes. The RGIS inventory job is doing superbly well, and they didn't fire me even after a month.
What?
No, they didn't fire me.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misheard you.
No, they did not fire me. Yeah, that means do not. No, I'm still with them even after a month. Got him scared.
No, I'm glad you got a good job because finding good work these days is hard to find at current economy level.
Yep. Well, I'm still looking for a full-time job, if anything else, but I'll take 2 part-time jobs and slowly get myself back into the working field. But, up until New Year's, I'm just going to take it easy for this holiday, Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's been a stressful
Oh, yeah,
run.
that's good because the jobs are actually going to be opening up really well this year in January.
Very true.
January, yep. February, that's when they start posting all the new jobs coming out.
Mm-hmm. And you are so right about that. Yep. And we're going to be super busy with RGIS. There's going to be a lot of places wanting us to count their inventory, even especially after the holidays. So.
Oh, you're going to be super busy with that.
The checks
new
are
inventory coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll keep you busy.
Oh, yeah. It's like they said we would be begging for days off with the amount of work that's going to be given to us. So they're slowly training us on new things and getting us ready, getting us prepared, and I'm like, hey, that's great. So we know what to expect come January. But
yeah, just stick in there during that busy season.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you'll be working your ass off, but when it comes to the slow season and you're not having to work as hard, it's kind of good because it gives you a little bit of a break.
Right. Well, I worked as hard as I could up until the time I was working with Walgreens and Circle K, and I enjoyed the last 6 months of just, sitting back and still looking for a job and, staying proactive about it. But anyways, this is enough about me tonight. Let's talk about the issue at hand here. Mr. Fitch, Mr. Charles W. Fitch is the topic tonight. We need some updates. It's been about 3 weeks since we haven't had a solid update. What do you got to share with us tonight?
All right, well, here's the thing. He's been threatening me, and he went after my family, how he does with his victims.
Right.
And that guy, actually, I will tell him right now, that got him in trouble with the Canton police.
Mm-hmm.
The Canton police have to abide by the law for their citizens and along with outsiders or foreigners. And I exercised the right with the sheriff over there, and they actually drove somebody over and knocked at his door.
Well, it's about time. Gee whiz. I mean, what is it going to take for them to understand that this guy's been doing this for the last 2.5, 3 years, maybe even longer than that?
Right. And here's the thing. The news I got from the police department is they are very aware of what he's doing. That came out of the sheriff's mouth.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah, they're very aware of what's going on over there.
But why are they not? But why are they still protecting him in some way, shape, or form? Are they protecting him? Did they finally come clean on that they were protecting him for a long time, or is somebody?
I asked him. I did have to talk to him about that. I was like, look, what is the deal? Why are you protecting somebody that is a tyrant and doing these things online? That is written material and threats online he's doing, and it's illegal.
Yeah. And
okay.
So
I right now can write an article about tyranny in our country involving all these different people that we've called not taking care of the matter at hand, because that is against the law. We are allowed to assemble against Charles Finch, which we have done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the thing is, we got to take the next step. We got to take not civil action. This is criminal action, and we all have to gather somewhere and write up the paperwork and then give them all the evidence to the Supreme Court.
Well, yeah. And so you have been busy.
He's actually, one more thing. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No problem. Go ahead.
They actually have. He's actually stalking the Canton police, writing with their names in articles, which I showed them all that.
And that finally woke up the light bulb in their head, huh?
Yeah, and it did. And they're like, we're very aware. We are aware of what he's doing, and they actually told me on the phone that they've had many issues locally in his own community with Mr. Finch. He thinks he's somehow just, and now he's calling himself he wears a Guy Fawkes mask and says that he's a protester and critic of eBay. Like I just pointed out, his website is nothing about eBay.
No, it never was.
It's all about you, Joe, me, and everybody else he's harassing.
That's exactly right. Yes. You are so right, Mr. Detweiler. Exactly on the nose. I mean, because if you look at ebayblows.org, it has nothing to do with eBay. Maybe having a little articles, but Joe is always the center of attention on every one of those articles. He's always sabotaging Joe. He's always mocking Joe. He's jealous of Joe. We know that for a fact. Mr. Fitch, if you would have came clean about a year ago and said, I'm just plain freaking jealous and tired of the shit that runs out of Mr. DeMarco's mouth, you know what we would have said? Well, you have to deal with it because it is the freedom of speech, okay?
That's right.
Okay? Too fucking
if he don't like somebody, then he needs to stop his harassment, because now he's drawing the line with all of us, and we all are now to the point where we're ready to go to the next level.
Well, I tell you, and did you see that? Did you hear that last podcast that he did with Doc? Did you know what he said? He says, my interest is not in Jason Decanio. Okay, I don't know what.
I know.
Oh yeah, if your interest is not in me, then why the hell you've got me smeared all over the fucking internet, you piece of shit? Okay,
exactly.
Really?
And right there's proof and evidence, more for the court.
You know, more evidence for the court, and I want to hear it straight from the horse's fucking mouth, because right now I'm going to shove a pie hole fucking down it. You know.
Exactly.
It's really irritating to see a man of this caliber. He's like the goddamn liberal that don't want to answer the question on Fox News. You know, the conservative asks the liberal a question, and he circles around the answer. You know,
he